released documents show that nearly $11 million worth of federal loans and grants were given to unaccredited for-profit colleges. Student aid was given to schools like the Illinois Institute of Art and the Art Institute of Colorado. The Education Department says it was acting in the best interest of students. Well, there are some 34 million adults in the U.S. without a high school diploma. That's nearly the entire population of California, and it can hold back a person from reaching their potential. People with a high school diploma make on average $10,000 more a year than those that don't have one. And a lot of people aren't sure how to take that first step, though, and that's why the Ad Council and the Dollar General Literacy Foundation created a campaign to help people find classes in their communities. People like Jessica Arceo, a stay-at-home mom who got her high school diploma last year at age 24. She told us she decided to make a change after her daughter was born.
Since she was a fighter, she was born premature and stayed in the hospital for probably almost a month. It gave me like power and the mentality to go back to school, like something I thought I was never gonna do.
Jessica is now in college and hopes to go to law school. Many people may not realize it's free to get a GED or a diploma. The Dollar General Literacy Foundation helps support those programs.
And it just brings beautiful things to life for individuals as they take that path to furthering their education, and it's also a gift that lasts a lifetime.
You can go to finishyourdiploma.org and plug in your zip code to find free classes to get a GED or high school diploma. Well, we've told you about schools starting to offer degree programs for esports and adding esport teams, but now they're starting to offer scholarships for this. Even recruiters are working with these elite gamers. Tomorrow in the Now, you're going to meet one of those gamers and get a look inside this new world.
Well, we enjoyed the mid-60s today. Things are going to get a little cooler, though, going forward. Tomorrow, lower 60s as we increase the cloud cover. 55 on Friday. The wind not going to be as breezy, so that's kind of the nice trade-off. But as we start off the weekend, we'll do so with some rain. Chance for an isolated shower going into Sunday morning, but we'll dry it out and 62. Thanks for joining us for the Now Indy. The news at 6 o'clock starts right now.
This is RTV6 News at 6, working for you.
A lot of stories are going around as to what happened and how it occurred, so I think right now nobody really knows.
The search for answers continues after an SUV drove off the 4th floor of a downtown parking garage, crashing to the ground, killing 2 people inside the vehicle. We are live with new information.
I'm Nicole Griffin tonight in Johnson County, where a family says a moving company broke several of their precious items. Tonight, we're working to get answers.
Attorney General Curtis Hill takes the stand during his disciplinary hearing, but it's the allegations from someone he worked with in Elkhart County that the commission is now considering.
Gusts to 30 miles per hour once again today when the wind finally calms down. When rain moves in, and we'll keep an eye on potential for some snow.
First at 6, right now investigators are trying to figure out why an SUV drove off the 4th floor of a downtown parking garage, falling to the ground, killing a man and woman inside. Firefighters say this appears to be a tragic accident, and new details are emerging right now. RTV6's Megan Sanctorum is live outside of the parking garage where the incident happened, which is next to City Market on East Market Street. Megan, what are you learning at this hour?
We've learned the car was a black 2013 Lincoln MKX, and investigators are still trying to identify the man and woman who were inside of it. They're asking anyone with information on who they might be to come forward. Here is some brand new video from the Indianapolis Fire Department. You can see that SUV upside down in the alley behind the garage. This is right by the City Market downtown. You can also see there's a large slab of concrete on the ground. That was part of the garage barrier from the 4th floor. Police are now handling this case as a death investigation. They tell us it could be days before we learn what caused the car to go through the barrier. We spoke with one man who heard the crash happen. He said this area was very busy at the time, and he described a chaotic scene.
What I was trying to do was trying to get everybody back. Because there was obviously a lot of pandemonium going on. A lot of people wanted to rubberneck and see what was going on. But I was trying to get everybody back, trying to get everybody away from what might potentially happen.
I reached out to city leaders who tell me they do not believe this parking garage will have to be demolished. They say the property manager and engineers were out inspecting it this afternoon. Now, while it's still unclear what the cause of this crash is, we asked the city if regular inspections are done at parking garages. A spokesperson said they are not. They said the inspections happen during construction to make sure new buildings are up to code. Now, we are also working to figure out if there is any surveillance video of the accident, as that may be able to help investigators in their investigation as well. Working for you, Megan Sanctorum, RTV6.
Megan, thank you for that update. And we have continuing coverage of this developing story. We will bring you any updates on the RTV6 app and the IndyChannel.com, as well as on air. Well, it's a windy but pretty evening across central Indiana, but there are some changes on the way. Here's a live look outside from our IMS Pagoda cam. Clear skies out there, Kevin.
Nice night. You know, we had all that sunshine through the day, warmed us up. We made it into the 60s, but it stayed quite windy. Well, if you're coming downtown, and lots of people will be or are in the downtown area already for the big Pacers game tonight, wind calms down a bit. What's that mean? I don't think it'll gust over 30 too much longer, but we still have gusts well over 20. Partly cloudy sky and temperatures, they'll drop into the 50s. There's the wind right now. At least it's out of a favorable direction. It's out of the southwest. That's brought our temperatures above 60 degrees during the day today. Temperatures will be getting cooler, certainly by the end of the week. 63 in Indianapolis right now, 65 in Terre Haute. We'll see a few more clouds as we go through the evening hours and overnight, but we'll stay dry. Right now, hardly a cloud in the sky. The clouds are really in the northern portion of the state. We'll see a few more, though, as we go through the evening. Temperatures, they'll fall off. The wind will calm down generally 10 to 20, 55 at 11 o'clock tonight. Morning drive, warmer than this morning. Partly cloudy, temperatures in the upper 40s. We'll talk about where we finish and look ahead to some weekend rain. We'll talk more about that shortly.
Some of the things that were damaged cannot be replaced.
A family says a moving company has cost them thousands of dollars. They tell us the company broke many of their valuable, irreplaceable belongings during the moving process. And now they want answers and to be paid for those broken items. Working for you, Nicole Griffin shows you what happened to this family and takes their concerns straight to the moving company.
This basket here shows just how much damage was caused during the move. These are all wheels from items that were found broken inside their storage unit. It's upsetting for Teresa Turner to go through this box. It's full of things she loved that are now all broken.
It was a little water globe that my granddaughter got me her first year at Santa's workshop.
Teresa's husband had a stroke in 2017. Due to financial reasons, they had to make the tough decision to downsize from their home in Greenwood. They hired All My Son's moving company to move their things into storage.
When we went the first day and opened the first unit, it was horrifying.
These are pictures Teresa took of the conditions.
My Christmas ornaments scattered throughout the unit. The garment boxes totally crushed on the top where they had set furniture.
The Better Business Bureau reports All My Sons has received 15 complaints in the last 3 years, some stating their items were severely damaged. The company has responded to each complaint, and it still has an A+ rating. Teresa has now filed a damage claim, hoping to get reimbursed for what she's lost.
$423 is what they offered for over $5,000 worth of damage.
After I called and emailed All My Sons on Wednesday, Teresa received a phone call with a new offer of $2,300, which she says is an improvement, but still $1,500 short. She now hopes her story serves as a warning for others.
I just don't want anyone else to have to go through this.
Working for you, Nicole Griffin, RTV6.
Nicole, thank you. And we emailed All My Sons about this story at 10 o'clock this morning, and a spokesperson says they are still working on a statement. Working for you, here are important takeaways from the Better Business Bureau to keep in mind when hiring a moving company. Make sure your mover provides full value protection insurance for any lost or damaged possessions. Insurance is by the pound, so expensive items like TVs need additional replacement cost coverage. Also take valuables like jewelry or photographs with you. Make sure to do research on the company, including reading reviews on the BBB's website. And if you ever have a situation like this or have any issue that you can't get help with, let us know. Email us at workingforyou@rtv6.com. Working for you and getting results after viewers complained about a huge mess at an apartment complex on the southeast side of Indianapolis is an update to a story we first brought you last night on the news at 11. This is what the dumpster area at Valley Ridge Apartments looked like earlier this afternoon. What you don't see in this video, a dumpster. That is because trash was piled so high that was covering the dumpster. Tenants say this has been an ongoing problem.
It's definitely an eyesore, and I think it's a safety hazard too, for not just for people's kids, but for people like me who have pets that walk them out here all the time. So yeah, it's definitely a concern for everyone, I think.
The leasing office was closed last night, so we went back today to find out why there is so much trash everywhere. The apartment complex manager told us they have been calling Republic, a trash service company, since Monday. The manager said Republic told her they would be out first thing this morning. They did not come in the morning. But finally, between 2 and 3, Republic came and cleaned up the trash at Valley Ridge Apartments after RTV6 got involved, getting a resolution for the people who live there. We are still trying to find out why it took the apartment complex and Republic so long to clean up the property. Republic said they think it may have been due to scheduling changes, but they are not 100% sure on that yet. Today, Indiana Attorney General Curtis Hill took the witness stand on the third day of the Indiana Supreme Court Disciplinary Commission hearing on him. Hill faces allegations that he drunkenly groped 4 women at an Indianapolis bar last year during a party celebrating the end of the legislative session. These are allegations that he has denied. Today, Hill was not asked about the groping allegations. He answered more general questions about his job on a day-to-day basis. However, a former employee of Hill in Elkhart County said that he used a vulgarity and propositioned her for sex shortly after he was elected as Attorney General in 2016. This is a separate incident from what allegedly happened at the bar. Kathleen Bowers worked as a victim's advocate in Elkhart County. Bowers testified and said Hill leaned over her desk in December of 2016 and told her they should have sex. Bowers said she refused, but said Hill asked her again during a March 2018 phone call, which happened to be a day after the party in Indianapolis. Now, that hearing is expected to last all week. It could determine if Hill faces any legal discipline for accusations of sexual misconduct. The Indiana Supreme Court will decide whether to impose a penalty ranging from a reprimand to removal of Hill's law license. A music superstar confirms a performance at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Plus, if you like beer and love being at home, we may have the job for you. The unique opportunity you need to see coming up. Dave.
And I'm Dave First. We're live tonight, Bankers Life Fieldhouse. The long road to this 2019-2020 season begins tonight. Pacers and Pistons. What is it about this new look team that has so many people talking about big things? I'll tell you, coming up in just a bit.
And let's hope the Pacers rein in the three-pointers tonight. We've got rain in the forecast, especially Saturday. We'll go through that timeline for you coming up.
Boy Furniture Galleries. Live life comfortably.
This is RTV6 News at 6, working for you.
RTV6 Hiring Hoosiers is connecting you to opportunities to start and grow your career. If beer and being home every night are things you like, this might be something you want to think about. Drivers are wanted, even if you have little to no experience. I found how one Indianapolis-based beer delivery company is working to fill those talent gaps by crafting Hoosiers to fill the driver shortage.
Let's do it.
It's all in a day's work.
The more I do it, the better I'm like, I know what I'm doing.
Logging mile after mile on Indiana roads.
It's pretty much like driving my normal vehicle.
Colleen Gibson made a big career change from standing in front of students in the classroom to climbing behind the wheel of a big rig delivering beer.
And I get to be out there with people, and I'm not stuck on a truck 12 hours a day and all of that. And I get to interact with the customers, and it's a lot of fun.
She started at Monarch Beverage 3 years ago, working in the warehouse, until a few months ago when her priorities changed. She wanted to stay at the company, but step out of the building.
I had a kid and decided that the hours were better on this side, pay was better, just all in all, a different experience.
Colleen had no truck experience until she climbed into the driver's seat in a Monarch Beverage truck. The company runs its own driver and training program, letting employees earn their CDL for free while getting paid.
We create safe drivers, confident drivers, and drivers that are going to be comfortable in tough situations.
Jordan Fuller is the route driver trainer here at Monarch Beverage, working one-on-one with drivers going through the roughly 20-day program.
It's about 40 hours worth of drive time. We get to actually put our drivers through real life scenarios. We pick up from the local breweries. If, for instance, they are struggling on their cone work, we can focus more on their cone work for a day rather than worrying about the drive. Or if need be, if they're falling behind on their pre-trip, we can sit there and take the time to focus on that.
The training is done within regular work days, and drivers start at $22 an hour before picking up speed with the company. On an average day here at Monarch Beverage, between the 155 drivers, they make 1,200 stops, delivering 1,200 kegs of beer, 1,900 different packages of beer, and 65,000 cases of beer. And each driver should be home every night. Gibson's workdays will now include anywhere from 7 to 20 stops delivering beer across the state. The job also requires some muscle for the cargo.
Just making sure that you lift properly, you work smarter, not harder.
Crafting her career with each mile at Monarch Beverage, Colleen has more opportunities to advance within the company. And when this truck driver hears this is a man's job,
it's nice whenever you can prove yourself and actually show, like, I'm capable of doing my job. That's why I signed up to do it.
And Monarch Beverage has been in Indy since 1947 and now employs about 600 people. On top of getting big discounts on beer, there are other perks to the job that includes an on-site medical clinic with a doctor for staff and their families. Also, the company has 2 fitness centers for their team members. To learn more about Monarch Beverage, their benefits, and information on how to apply, go to hiringhoosiers.com. Kevin.
And what a day. Warmer temperatures. We've had lots of sunshine. I'll kind of skip over for a second. Tomorrow and Friday, the chance of any rain next couple of days very low. Much different story as we get to the weekend. Rain chances increasing. Saturday, I'll show you exactly where. Most of the rain should exit the state as we get to Sunday. Overnight, Friday night, dry for football. Then you see the rain shield coming to the north. This is 7 a.m. Take it to 10, Terre Haute to Indy to Muncie. You're least likely to see any consistent rain as you go north and west of Indianapolis. Here we are at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Most prevalent area of rain along Interstate 70 to the east, I-74 to the south, and then also towards Seymour. I just mentioned this. It's showing up on the maps. We could see some snowflakes next week, maybe around Halloween. Could be a little earlier, just depending on the timing, but it will turn colder. Just a sign of the times as we tiptoe deeper into fall. Temperatures in the low 60s right now in the metro area. Castleton's at 63, 62 in Greenwood. Not much of a temperature range, even across the state from north to south. You can see no one too warm. Temperatures about average for this time of the year. The wind will calm down a bit. We've had gusts over 30 miles per hour as we go through the day tomorrow. Generally 10-mile-per-hour winds. Not as cool for tomorrow morning. You can still use a jacket in the morning. Temperatures in the afternoon pretty much stuck in the mid-50s north and west. It will be cooler there than in the southeast by maybe as much as 10 degrees. Temperatures in Indianapolis in the low 60s tomorrow. A couple of sprinkles can't be ruled out. Lots of cloud cover on Friday. Temperatures no warmer than about 55. As you get to Friday afternoon, those temperatures about 6-7 degrees below average for this time of year. Friday night football, a good night for football, and it's just not a normal. It begins the playoffs. It gets to be a little more pressure packed. Temperatures in the 40s at 9. As we go to the weekend, we told you about that rain around on the Saturday. Sunday drying out, and early next week cooling off. 7-day forecast on one map. Temperatures back into the low to mid 30s Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. And that shower chance Wednesday. We'll see if we mix some snow in with that as we get to Halloween and temperatures get even colder.
All right, start thinking of a warm costume. Well, Dave First is joining us live. Tip-off is just about here, and it's 7 o'clock at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. A lot of Pacers fans excited for that, Dave.
It is already loud. They got the music blaring inside Bankers Life Fieldhouse, but here it is. This 82-game marathon that is the NBA season kicks off tonight for the Indiana Pacers, game 1 of 82, and they get right into Central Division play when they take on the Detroit Pistons, a team really they could be neck and neck with for perhaps a Central Division championship before it's all said and done. Of course, the Milwaukee Bucks will have something to say about that before it's all said and done as well. But take a look at the schedule. Home tonight, and then their next 3 are on the road. How about that? At Cleveland on Saturday, back up to Detroit then to face the Pistons Monday, and at Brooklyn a week from tonight. Pacers don't return home until next Friday and Sunday. Games here against the Cavs and the Bulls. Here's the thing, though. We've talked about it the last couple of weeks. This Pacers team really completely new. 9 new faces. Over half the roster is completely changed over, but there are still very high expectations. Brad Brown has more in tonight's Sports Extra Spotlight.
For the Pacers, what will they look like next year?
Last season ended with a bit of a thud, so the Pacers spent the past 6 months reassembling their roster in a big way. The group that finished off by getting swept out of the playoffs last spring was pretty well dismantled. The Pacers did keep a solid core of strong contributors, but in its place is a list of players that from pretty much any angle is an improvement over the collective of last season.
We got some depth, and I think it will play itself out as far as the guys that will be out there on the floor.
The addition getting the most attention was that of guard Malcolm Brogdon, Rookie of the Year just 3 seasons ago with Milwaukee, a dynamic scorer and one of the league's best shooters.
I think we've come a long way. I think we have a lot longer way to go. I think we have chemistry to really work out, to work on. Having 8, 9 new players, 3 of them being in the starting lineup. Playing the 2 bigs. There's just a lot of moving pieces we're trying to put together.
Jeremy Lamb enters his 8th season in the league. He comes here with the most NBA experience on this team.
You got to know where your teammates like the basketball, know their strengths. They know your strengths. It's a lot of different things when it comes to offense. Defense is everything.
How young are the Pacers? Consider that Justin Holiday is the old guy, and he's only 30.
We've kind of meshed in how we're actually looking out for one another, but wanting each other to prove too. So I think we're doing a good job of, being on each other, but not in a way that breaks anybody down. We're all trying to build each other up and get to the next step.
And that's not to mention the addition of T.J. Warren, T.J. McConnell, big man draft pick Goga Bitadze. The pieces are all there for this to be a very promising season.
I think the vibe is that we got guys that, what Nate's been preaching for a long time. We got 2-way players, guys that can do, offense and defense. I think we have that, 1 through 15 on this roster. So we have the potential to be a great team.
All right, Brad, thanks. If you're wanting to make a bet on the Pacers season, remember it's legal now. You can do this sort of thing. Here are some of the numbers. They're listed as 12-1 odds to win the East. 4th best pick to win the East. In fact, Bucks obviously the favorites. For the league title, though, the Lakers are the top bet right now. They just lost to the Clippers late last night. Pacers 45-1. They're the 13th pick. Over/under for total wins this year, 46.5. That seems about right. They finished with 48 last season. Again, this team expected to do some big-time things this year. Hey, one other quick note. Take you to the Colts. Big honor for quarterback Jacoby Brissett, named the AFC Offensive Player of the Week. First time he's won that award. 326 passing yards and 4 touchdowns in Sunday's win over Houston. Both of those numbers are career highs. Colts are back at home this Sunday to face the Broncos. Remember, that was originally scheduled as a 4:15 kick at Lucas Oil Stadium. It's the move now at 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock in the afternoon at Lucas Oil Stadium. Pacers, Pistons, complete highlights and coverage tonight at 11. Until then, the news at 6 continues after that.
Dodge Jeep Ram.
The only name you need to know.
Country music superstar Luke Bryan announces he will play a show at IMS for Legends Day on May 23rd. Tickets go on sale on Friday, November 1st at 10 a.m.
And I predict it'll be a great day, right? Let's forecast what we want.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here at 7.